Hi, please don't take this the wrong way because we're all here to help your child, and I'm not, what I'm about to say is not going to be against what you've been working on, but you didn't get the full picture. First of all, I really want to know where his eyes are at. Really have a struggle with convergence, the eyes of working together, but it's particularly midline. The midlines have not been worked with that I can see or engaged with. And so he doesn't have midline, first of all, in the eyes. When it's not in the vision, it's going to be really hard to get it in the rest of the body. And that's why you're kind of getting really maxed out at linear movements, but also the lack of rotational movements, right? This is also where the cap out is happening. So these are your two main focuses that you need to work on. Now, the vision could be just neuromuscular due to the cerebral palsy, but it also could be that he just really needs glasses. He doesn't have binocular vision. I'm not saying he's not smart and doesn't have a directionality, but if you notice, especially from the left eye, right, we're not getting a crossing of midline. This should happen like this, right, versus here where he's losing the vision. And that's where you're getting this kind of movement going on with the head versus that stable vision, because again, I can cross midline. So first of all, you have to see why he does not have binocular vision. The eyes aren't working great together. I mean, so binocular means together, and then they converge, right? But so do your fine motor skills and your gross motor skills. But I need to know, is it neuromuscular, just weak vision, or does he need glasses, right, to make the eyes more even? So the first objective is to find out why he does not have binocular vision. To have his eyes checked, you'd need a retinoscopy. Please don't let them use cards or anything. England is not a great place for visual examinations. You might have to go private on that, because also too with the NHS, you're not privy to your report. So they might say eyes are fine, and you're thinking, great, I don't have to worry about this, but they've only checked the eyes for, let's say, structure and not for visual acuity and how the eyes are functioning. So, but I can tell you the eyes aren't functioning this way, and this is what you need to work on. But do we work on them with glasses on? You know what I mean? Does he have an astigmatism, and that's why the eye is not crossing midline? Usually if parents have an astigmatism, they're very hereditary. It has nothing to do with the CP. Or he could just literally have a visual blind spot due to the paralysis of the going on with the CP. Now I want you to do my breathing course. I know you're going to say his breathing was fine. It wasn't when he was first born. I would go after that first. It's a free course that I have. Breathing will always be free, but you go after to that with the breathing. And then from the respiratory course, right, I want you to do the mouth and the head and the swallow if you can. You might have to do this when he's at night. I'm suspecting also he was intubated, right? And the catch of the intubation, pulling the head back and putting the tubing, is a bit of an epnoid jam within his facial bones, his cranial bones. My cranial courses are excellent, but not being new to movement lesson, you want to start more simple and easy for you, because if I lose you, I lose your child, right? And you want to start working on concentrating all those midline crosses in with here, because that also could cause the eye thing. If you don't believe me, just do this. Take 2 fingers, right? First of all, look around and take 2 fingers and just pull on your intermaxillary suture. You can't see. So even though my eyes are fine structurally, and I don't need glasses at the moment, they're being pulled apart, right, because of that epnoid jam. And that also why he could be looking from the left to the right eye and causing those kind of complications, depth perception. But it also keeps kids from going into walking in those higher skills, because again, you get up higher and you're like, whoa, it's a long way to go, especially if I'm seeing double. There's 8 doors down the hallway instead of 4. So those are the things that you want to work on. So I would work on the facial and so forth. And now I'm also going to be posting up a video. I know I just did it for another munchkin, but this is also what the chest midlines, all of the midlines are being complicated here and not presenting as well. But I think this is your stress factor, the eyes and the facial, lack of facial movements, lack of visual movements, and that's what's causing the complications that you're getting throughout his body. And that's where you're, like, again, you're plateauing out. He's doing great. I mean, he's a brilliant boy, but that's where it's capping out. And because you don't have the midlines, and the rotational movements are really hard, and that's where you get these kind of movements versus that ability to cross midline and those rotational movements that you're looking for.